Transparency.
Attentiveness. And this is just from not just for relationships, like just from
For
people.
yourself. Okay.
You know, me, I feel like I have those qualities, but when you fuck with somebody that, you know, they might not think you might think you have it, but they don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody had their own, you know, beliefs or whatever. But yeah, I just feel like everything else will come in line, but transparency and attentiveness is the two things that I really ask for.
Yeah. Does vulnerability come with that?
It does. It does. You know, I feel like you have to when it comes to transparency. Like you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, how am I vulnerable? You not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then it's like,
I always saw that.
You lying to me, nigga?
You know? I always saw that shit with me in core relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, he never could be, like, vulnerable with nobody else but me. So when we was, like, chilling dolo, that's when he would be like, yo, Notch, like, today was, whatever happened in that day, he'll break it down and really, like.
Yes, yeah. See, that's
you know what I mean? So I would be like, damn, like, you not even like this in front of anybody else. He like, nah, Notch, I know you gonna keep shit, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I thought I wanted? I'm gonna bring y'all into one of my little stories.
Chun Chun story time.
Story time. So I was kicking with this dude, right? And at that moment, I thought that's what I wanted. Like, yes, this nigga's open. He's telling me things. He's bringing me in. And then sometimes you have to look at it as, did I trigger him to be this open and vulnerable to the point where you're crying? Like, I had a nigga, like, he was dead tears. Like,
I never sobbing and all that.
Shout out to him, and I hope he heals. Honestly, this is not like no joke shit. Cause I never, you know, talking in a talking stage where no sex, nothing involved, and this nigga just crying. Like, you're hurt. You are beyond, and you're trying, and a lot of people put this happy face on, but you're hurt. And that shit surprised the fuck out of me. Yeah. But then what really made me say, oh, okay, well, I thought I wanted that because, yes, you're open, you're crying, oh my God. You know, and then I realized that, yo, like, you never got over what you're hurt. So it's like, I don't know what's going to trigger you or not, because you're telling me things of what made you who you are now, but you're not telling me, like, I want to get better, I want to change, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? You're not telling me those things. So I don't even know if I really want to deal with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't. And not to say that we could be cool friends, yes, but I don't think I should give up the nana if you acting like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I heard somebody say, if you get hurt real bad, right? And you get depressed, you stay in time. You freeze in time in that time. Yeah. So you in that time forever, and you feeling that, whatever that feeling is, forever. You know what I'm saying? But it comes a point where you break that shit. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully, like you saying, I don't know if this was recent or not, but like you saying, hopefully son is healing himself right now and going through the right, you know what I mean, routes that he needs to go through, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit is difficult. And then, like, at that point when y'all was talking and he broke down like that, was y'all talking for a while, or it was like early stages of talking?
You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
You want to know the truth? 3 days. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want the person that I'm gonna deal with. Yes, I want you to be open, but not too open to the point where it's just like you're open to the point where you're emotional with it. Yeah. And your emotion, it's okay to be emotional. I'm not saying bring on the tears, baby. I'll lick them. I promise you. But in that time of you telling me, you know, what you're going through, you gotta show me that you're willing. You're willing to be a better person. Yeah. Because you know that trigger right there is gonna hold y'all back.
Yeah.
in your relationship, friendship, family, fucking work, your boss. You know?
I don't know. A lot of people try to say that it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve. You know what I'm saying? So
I was just having this conversation. Sometimes it could be a good thing for you, but then it could be a bad thing. Some people
and sometimes sometimes you just gotta know when to put your shirt over your heart on your sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Like cover that shit sometimes, and you know what I mean. Like, but I think I don't know. I always been like this. Like if you ever sit down and talk with my moms, like and just be like, yo, how was Notch when he was coming up? You know what I'm saying? Like I was just always emotional. I thought I could have been in a movie, bro, because I cry at the drop of a dime for anything. I'd be crying when I was younger, but like I learned to channel those emotions and shit like that. But that shit is hard, bro. And then I didn't have my pops. You know what I'm saying? Growing up. So it was like more of learning from a female how to be a man, and that shit just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? So then you go and try to find other outlets, and that shit is difficult. So
in that time, right, of your mother,
shout out to Mom Dukes.
I love Mom Dukes. She's so short and cute. I don't know what happened to you, but she in that time frame of her being, both, right? Mm-hmm. Because she had to be both. It's not like, she chose. She had to fill those shoes, right? And in the time of her filling those shoes, this is just me, I feel like mothers fill those shoes of what they see, Yeah. So what I mean by that is, right, I gotta be a mother and I gotta be a father because your father's absent in your life, right? Yeah. Where do you think she got those traits, like those ideas of what a father would do versus,
herself? Because I was gonna say she ain't have her pops herself,
right? So
it's like, where do you get this?
But did it come from, this is how I wanted my pops to treat me, so this is how I'm gonna treat my, like,
from my experience with it, because that's my mom's, and she had me in her teenage years, right. So I saw her in her 20s, 30s, 40s, now 50s, you know what I'm saying? So I think it was just out of pure love, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That shit don't come with a manuscript, so I think she just loved us unintentionally, and if she caught us doing something, and at the same time when we was younger, she was straight, so she was dealing with men.
Okay.
So my youngest brother, his pops was like the stepfather figure because he was around for a little while, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
So she did have those people that she could be like, yo, press these little niggas because they wildin', you know what I'm saying? But
right.
She did a great job, you know what I mean? Like raising us, and when we was younger and shit like that, we never needed for anything, you know? I couldn't say that we was like poor, like we was broke, you know what I'm saying? Right. I could say because back, the 90s and the 2000s, it was a middle class. It's no middle class no more. It was a middle class back then. So I had Jordans and FUBU and shit on, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't like, but I did see niggas that was coming to school, you know what I mean? That had money, that was coming from a, you know what I mean? From a better family situation, you know what I'm saying? But I never was like, I need that. You know what I'm saying? But I think moms did a great job. So hopefully it just came from pure hearted. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
what
just
I'm saying. Like this is how I look at it, right? Even for fathers too, for fathers that are single and taking care
it goes
of their
both
kids.
ways.
I feel like in his mind, it's like, all right, it's a little different for a guy, but it's like, this is how I would want to see my wife or my girl with my daughter. So this is how I'm going to treat her because,
Yeah, so you got to be in touch with
loving,
that side.
You're being sensitive. You got to understand, So I feel like in both ways, and as a woman, she feel like her son got to be tough and everything. So you got to act tough with him. But you always leave out the emotional part to it, Have a good day, King. I love you. How was your day? Those are the things, I feel like, especially for young boys, young men, especially coming up, I feel like they need to hear that way more.
Yeah.
Because a female's going to get that.
Yeah.
From both.
Like, my moms ain't go a day without telling us, like, yo, you handsome, shit like that when we was
But
young.
a lot of I grown up, our generation, some parents probably never said I love you every day.
Yeah.
Once in a while, you probably hear that word, and I love you. You turn around like, I love you too. You know what I'm saying? But you have your ways of saying I love you. Yeah. But the actual word, I don't think a lot of parents.
I always associate. That. I always when I was younger associated that word with something bad happening. So we only got it when a death came and. Family would come to you and be like, I love you.
Got you,
like,
right.
Around a dark setting.
Right,
I never, we heard it a lot, but I always contributed it to that. You know what I'm saying? But, family, man. We can't choose our family. We born into this.
We love them. We love them, and it's cool. But,
just like y'all, man. Y'all my family, you know what I'm saying? Where the horns at? Where the hand claps at? We at 400 subscribers, you know what I'm saying? We won! Shout out to all of y'all, man. I fuck with all of y'all, man. We at 400. Let's get to 5, then let's get to 7, then let's get to a stack, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to all of y'all, man. And let's keep the ball rolling, you know what I'm saying?
You heard about the 9-year-old?